All right, guys, so I got a video for you guys today about the K1600B. So I'm actually going to be doing the first service on the bike. I got my hat on because it's pretty cold here in North Jersey, about 16 degrees this morning. I'm gonna be doing the first service. I haven't done it yet. Let me get my key. But before I get into the service video, the full service video, I actually want to bring you guys, let me see exactly how many miles. I want to bring you guys a deep dive into the bike and all kind of its bells and whistles. I want to show you guys, take a deep dive into the menu system because a lot of you guys have been asking me about that. So I actually have, let's just say 1,400 miles. So I'm basically gonna go over the entire bike. I know I went over a lot of things already on the bike, but I really didn't take a deep dive into the menu and show you guys how it works. Maybe it'll help you guys out if you guys just purchased the K1600 and really not sure how to use the menu or the Wonder Wheel, which they call. So we'll go over that. I'll also go over like the entire bike around and show you guys like how everything operates. And then in the next couple days, I do have to do the full service on the bike because I'm a little overdue. Let me just go around the bike, show you guys what I did, and then we'll take a dive into that menu. There's a lot of cool stuff on the bike. So I have the 20-inch 7 Durock windshield, which is right here. Okay, it works really well. That's one upgrade that I did. Second upgrade that I did was the quad lock phone holder. I'll have all these parts listed in the video description below if you guys want to check it out. So I have the quad lock phone holder. This is also a wireless charging hub, which works great with the vibration damper and the quad lock handlebar mount. And then I have it just running down to a smart switch straight to the battery. So this way I actually basically just connect my phone right onto there and it charges. The other thing I did was a BT Moto Stage 1 Plus tune on the bike. And then I also have this right here, which is my heated gear cord. This is like a spiral cord extension. You could check out this video. You see I made a really nice connection that I just plugged this into and that runs up to the bike. That's for my heated gear. Love that. And then I made another nice connection right there for my battery tender. So I think that's all I did. I mean, there's really not much to do on these bikes because they're so good as far as everything else, the braking, the handling, the suspension. I just did a 1,000 mile review, so I'm not gonna get into basically any more how the bike is. You guys could check out that video. Me and Mike actually put out a video. He is also a owner of a K1600B, and he kind of gave his thoughts and comments about the bike, and it was a pretty good video. So you guys could just go take a look at that if you want my 1,000 mile review. So anyway, this is an electric windshield, up and down. So I'll show you guys, this is the key fob right here. So basically you just turn the bike on with that button. It's keyless, and then the menu kicks on, as you guys can see. And then we have a button right here, which raises the windshield. Man, I love this option. I absolutely love it. So this is the main menu right here. Let me actually, yeah, I guess we could start here. So right here in the main menu gives you the RPM right here, mile per hour right here in the bottom left corner. Inside garage temperature 59 degrees. Outside right now isn't too crazy. In the morning, like I said, it was about 18 degrees. It was really cold. That is my heated grip. Heated grips right there. It's set at level 4. Let me shut it off so I don't drain the battery. I have these buttons set right here, but I'll show you guys later when we get into that portion of the video. Let me just shut all this off, and then I'll just go back. Okay, so right now the radio is off. Right here, that's showing my phone, how much signal we have, that the phone is connected, my battery life, which actually, let me just go ahead and charge it, because I don't need it right now because it is very low and it's going to die. So getting back over to the bike, we have the time right there, 4:57, and the gear indicator right there, big green. And if we go up to the top, it says road. So that right now I'm riding in road mode. So right here, there's a switch, modes. So if I just click that, and then right there, that brings that up, then I could go into road, dynamic, rain, road, dynamic, and rain. I keep it in road because I feel that I think I get the best of both worlds, whereas the suspension is nice and plush, but still has the performance that I like. If you really want more performance, you would just ride it in dynamic. And then you could also obviously ride it in rain mode if it does rain. And that will basically just, you're not gonna have as much throttle response and power in the bike. It's gonna, obviously it's there so you don't spin out on wet surface. And then above that, that is the miles that I currently have on the bike, 1,397. If I go over to this button right here, the menu button, I could click it up or I could click it down. So right now I'm actually gonna click it up, and that's going to change that number on the top. Now it's at trip 1. Right now that's showing my miles per gallon, 33.1. That's showing my front and rear tire PSI, but you have to be riding, you have to be rolling, start the bike up and rolling, and the numbers will populate. And then right there is 198 miles left that I have to ride until the gas tank goes into, I believe, a reserve status. And then I have also a fuel gauge right there. And then it goes to the miles again. But I typically ride it in this setting so I know how many miles I have left. So as you guys could see right here on the RPM gauge, it redlines at 8,500 RPM. If I go back to this menu button, well, let me show you guys what I have here first, I guess. We have the lights, high beams, you see, right there. And then we have cruise control, we have hazards, we have the windshield, we have reverse. Right here I have my fog light button on the bottom. So if I press that, the bottom fog lamps come on. I have a turn signal, and then horn, which is the best horn out of any motorcycle I've ever heard. It sounds like a car horn. I love it. So yeah, and yes, we do have reverse on the bike. And then this is the Wonder Wheel right here. That's how you control the menu. Right here we have a SOS button right there for emergency purposes only. Right here we have the central locking system that basically when I hit that, the whole bike will lock, including the rear bags. Then we have our mode button, ride mode button. And then we have the kill switch and start switch. The clutch lever is adjustable, as well as the brake lever is adjustable as well. So now to get into the menu, we press down on this button. Okay, once we press down, I'll bring you guys closer right here. Once we go down, let me start in the beginning with my vehicle. So if I click down on that, this is what I see. So right here, you can see it's 59 degrees. All the checks are okay of my vehicle. I got the miles, PSI, oil temp. We got how many more miles right there until empty or until reserve hits, 11.9 volts on the battery. We have the rear tire. And then, let me see, is there anything else? Yes, so if I click the Wonder Wheel to the right, this is gonna bring me to the onboard computer. We got journey, brake, trip, 1. We have total mileage, we have range, we have speed, and we have consumption, 33.1 miles per gallon. This is the trip computer. That's basically, I think, the same thing. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. And then click it again. This is showing spec. It's supposed to be 42.6 PSI on both. I'm going to do that on a the full service video, show you guys exactly what I do. And then this is, I don't know why it's 2016. This is all wrong, but I'm not sure why it's showing that, but the service is overdue. So I will be bringing you guys that video here shortly. So if I go back out of this menu, now we go into the radio. I click down on that. And then this is where I could turn on the radio. Let me just lower it. Okay, so what's cool about this is I could, let me show you guys. I could source, right? So I have Sirius XM on this motorcycle. They give it to you for free for a year. The Sirius XM the software is embedded in the radio, which is cool. So I could also pick FM or AM, but I leave it on Sirius XM. Right here, add as favorite, Sirius XM station, Sirius XM information, and then over here I have audio settings, output device speakers, or I could put it to a helmet, sound profile, basically almost like an equalizer, automatic equalizer. I leave it on balanced. I feel that kind of sounds the best. This is not, it says equalizer, but it's really not. It's just treble and bass, where you could adjust it. I could actually raise that a little bit. I could raise that a little bit as well. But the stereo system on this bike, good by any means. It definitely will need to be upgraded. So that's it for the radio portion. So I'll get out of there, and then we go to navigation. So the navigation, oh, my phone's not connected, but so I'm not going to be able to get obviously inside. But basically the phone has to be always on with the Ride Connect app locked into the phone or Bluetooth into the phone, and then I'll get the navigation screen here. It actually works pretty well, but I use Waze on the phone. That's what I love to use the best. I just put my phone here sideways and it's a perfect view. I could still see the screen perfectly. Everything's in line. And I just like using Waze the best. So I really don't use that. And then we go into media. You could see what's playing now, all artists, all albums, all tracks, playlists. And then we have audio settings, like if you want to shuffle the music, repeat, output device, obviously speakers, and then balance, sound profile, balance, equalizer. That's just getting basically back into where I was before with the audio settings. And then now we could go over to telephone. And if I click down again, it's not going to show me anything because my phone is not connected. But honestly, I really don't use it. I don't answer telephone calls as I'm riding, and I definitely don't make any telephone calls while I'm riding, nor should you. That is my recommendation to you guys. So right here into the settings. So if you go into assist right here, you could see what this is. It's the damping. So I have it on cruise, and you could actually toggle that between road and cruise. And then the load, engine needs to be on to do this. I have it on auto. DTC, that's the traction control. I leave it obviously on. I want traction control on. And right here, this is HSC. I forgot exactly what that stands for, but that's the hill assist hold. So you could have it on manual or you could have it on auto. If you leave it on auto, I believe what happens is even if the bike, just say you stop at a red light, and the bike is, say, I forgot exactly how much percentage of incline there is, the hill assist hold will actually turn on automatically, which is very, very cool. So then backing out of here, we go into heating. This is where you turn on your heated handlebar grips, and this is where you also turn on your seat heating. So if I go in there, I could go from 1 all the way up to 5. 5 is way too hot. And then also on the seat heating, 1 all the way up to 5, which is great. Both the grips and the seat heating work fantastic. And then we go into vehicle settings. This is, the bike has an alarm system, warning signal. I have it on a louder. You could put on intermittent, but I have it on loud. I just want it loud. The tilt sensor's on, the arming tone is on. So tilt sensor means like if somebody were to start pushing the bike or it tips over, alarm's gonna go off. Arming tone is basically on my key fob right here. I could actually turn the alarm on and off and you'll hear an audible tone. And then arm automatically, another thing is if you have the key fob, you walk away from the bike with the key fob, the alarm will automatically turn on. But I don't have that set because typically I'll have the key fob on me, and then like just say if I'm hanging out with people around the bike, having coffee or something, I walk away and back and forth, back and forth. I don't want the bike arming and disarming several times and hearing the audible tone as I'm just hanging out by my bike. So I have it to where I set it automatically. So now, oops, that was alarm system. And then here are the lights. Comfort turn indicator. I have that set to on. It's basically when, for the turn signal right here, if you turn on the turn signal, it will shut off. I forgot whether it's a distance or a time, but they turn off basically automatically. And that's all you have for that. So then we go to, let me see, let me just make sure. Yep, that's it. Vehicle settings. Then we go to system settings. That's date and time, units, language, favorite button. So favorite button, if I go in there, I have 4 favorite buttons, right? So right here, my favorite button number 1 is my grip heating. Number 2 is pure ride. Forgot exactly what that does. I think it turns, if I hit that button, the bike I think turns into, I guess the best, into dynamic suspension, all of that. I think that's what it does. I'm not really sure. I don't remember, so I don't want to give you guys wrong information. But button number 3 is the radio, and the button number 4 is the seat heating. And here are the buttons on the side. So if I don't want to go like dive into the menu just to turn my heated grips on, I just click on 1. If I want my seat heat to come on, I just click button number 4. So it's just makes it a lot faster. So then let me see, system settings, favorite button, that's it with that. And then we go down to connections. That's my, say, mobile device, rider's helmet, passenger helmet, and then display. Brightness I have set to 100%. Status line content. Status line content, that's up here. That's when I was showing you guys going through like the miles, the gas, the trip, all of that stuff. Speed limit info. So if you have the app connected to the bike and you have, like I said, Bluetooth to the bike, then you will get a little box, like a little white box up here. It will tell you what the speed limit info is where you're riding, which is great. And also the app is awesome too, because it also records a ride, records like your lean angle, your top speed, how many G-forces you did on decel and acceleration and all that. So it's pretty cool. Information, that's just the licenses and software, and then reset all. So I think that's really it. Into the menu. I mean, you really don't need much. Let me see if there's anything else. My vehicle, I already went into my vehicle. Yeah, that's it. As far as, let me see if there's another, I don't think there's another screen like there was on my M1000 XR, but that is pretty much it. So also, this is the button to shut it off, just like I did. The windshield goes down automatically, which is really cool. So now, it's on the center stand right now, but I want to show you guys something. If I cut the wheel all the way, And if I hold this for a couple seconds, you heard that noise? The front steering just locked. You see that? You don't need a key. So now to unlock it, I just unlocked it. And now I could move the steering back. That is just, I mean, it's just little things like that on this bike that just make it so good. So let me go over a couple other things. I have like 2 power points right here and here. That's for the passenger. And let me see. These are right here. If you're hot in the summertime, these come out right here. Look at that. See that? That comes out. Isn't that fantastic? So it diverts wind right here onto your body, brings in the wind. Obviously it's cold out now, so I keep them closed. You have 2 of them, one on either side. Like, it's just little things like that. And you can't even see that. Like, if you didn't know that that did that, like, you would absolutely miss it. You would absolutely miss it. So these headlights are great. They're adaptive, right? I believe they go in to the turn when you're turning. This headlight is almost like $3,000. It's crazy. That's why I got to get a PPF. What else? I got some auxiliary lights there. It came with the bike. But let me show you guys, like, let me get a light. Let me show you guys how interesting this suspension is. Like, take a look at that. Like, I don't know if you guys could see, like, what the hell is going on in there. Like, it's totally different from, you know, like a regular motorcycle, regular Harley. So you got, I have to hold the light, so I don't want to, but it's almost like a wishbone, I want to say. There's like a spring in the back with a shock. It's just really, really interesting setup. Hopefully you guys could see that. So that's the front suspension. Kind of the back suspension you really can't see. But what else is there? Let me see. I'll show you guys around the bike. This is an inline 6-cylinder. You got the number 6 right there. You see on the motor. Inline 6. It's kind of banked. Excuse me, that way. You have your oil fill right there. You got your water pump right there. Obviously, it's liquid cooled. We got some floorboards. I love these. And also underneath the floorboard is a little, I want to say, engine guard, whatever you want to call it. Brake. These fold up. These fold up and down as well. And then moving towards the back, we have heated driver's seat, heated passenger seat, which is amazing. This is, I control actually the heated portion of the driver's seat on the dash. But if the passenger wants heat, it's just this switch. So 1 basically like low or 2 high. So that's the switch for the heat for the passenger. We have locks, but I could actually, right from this button, listen to this. I just locked the bike up. So now, you see, I can't even open it. So it's a central locking system. Now the alarm is on. Now the alarm is off. And now I just unlocked the bags. So now once you press that button, see, you press that button, you basically just push that like that, and then the bag comes down. All right. Inside here, you have, it's a pretty big bag. This bag almost could fit a full face helmet. No joke. It's that big. It definitely fits my 3/4 Daytona helmet in here fairly easily. And it could probably fit certain full face helmets, but not the one I use. But it is a big bag. And then you have like this little net so stuff doesn't fall out. You have this almost like a tethered nylon rope with a reel that holds the bag. Let me see. I'm gonna lock that back up. Let's go to the back. Exhaust lights, right? You got the emblem. I'll go to the other side, same thing. push down, open that, and then the bag opens up. I got my heated gear, same thing. With this side's a little different. So if I want to take the seat off, right here inside, if I pull this lever, the seat will come off. So that's pretty cool. That's in there. You don't need a bolt. I mean, that's genius. You don't need a tool. You don't need to remove a bolt. You don't need to do anything. Just open up the bag and pull that lever. Let me see what else. There's a couple bolts in there where you could just unbolt the bolts and take the bags off if you need to. These are the two plugs that I did. This is another power port right there for the passenger. Passenger peg, rider's peg, and obviously this gear switch lever. And then we have a kickstand, and right now I'm on the center stand because I'm going to be doing the first full service. That's going to include oil and filter change on the motor, and it's going to also include, this is a single sided swing arm drive shaft system with like a gear, almost like how should I call it? Almost like a pumpkin, almost like it's a gear drive in the back where the wheel actually has to come off and I have to change the fluid out of that unit in the back. So that's what I'm gonna show you guys next on the video. What else do we have here? Let me see. We have the buttons right here I showed you guys. This is all nice and chrome and stuff. Floorboard with engine guard and the auxiliary lamp. So that's, I guess that's pretty much it on the bike. If there's any other questions, but I just wanted to show you guys as far as take a little dive into the menu system, you know, so you guys could see what I could change or toggle back and forth. I showed you guys the buttons already. I haven't used the reverse yet on the bike. I haven't had any need to yet, but we'll definitely check that out one day. I wish these gas caps opened up this way. I don't know why. If anybody knows, please help me out. Let me know in the comment section. Is there a reason why they all open this way and not that way? You know, when they open this way, everything's in the way. The handlebar's in the way. This is in the way. Why do they open the gas caps this way? Like, is it a law? Like, what is the deal with that? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out. What else? I guess that's about it, guys. But if there is any questions, let me know. Any questions about the K1600? This bike has really been a lot of fun. It's a super comfortable bike, and the performance on it is absolutely ridiculous. So we'll try to, we'll definitely do the next service, and then we'll definitely try to get some ride videos here in the winter here in northern New Jersey for you guys. But until then, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.